the festival. It begins on Friday night. We start at 4 o'clock, where we have a family night where all the families can come out and ride the rides for a reduced rate. Most of the booths are set up, so all the foods are available for anyone that would want to purchase food at the festival. On Saturday, we begin with our parade, which starts at 10 o'clock. It begins at the Lions Club, comes all the way down to the festival grounds, and then after the parade, everyone comes back to the grounds, and we have bands from 11 o'clock until 10 o'clock that night. Then on Sunday, we begin with a church service Sunday morning on the grounds, and we would love to see more people come out to our church services. We also have the 10K run that's happening Sunday morning, and then the rides begin and the bands begin. It's just a wonderful, wonderful day.
We started in downtown Ponchatoula, and it was just a little bitty thing, like a weekend festival, just kind of like the little antique trade days. And then it just grew bigger and bigger. Then we added the stages. We would have a big stage, which was the north stage, and we'd have a smaller stage. Then we started getting our nonprofits involved in it, and that's where it has grown today.
I lived across town for just a short while, but to get to Main Street, we could still walk through the parade or walk through the main street. And of course now you can hardly get to Main Street. It's a completely different thing.
Strawberry Festival was formed in 1971 by a group of businessmen and civic leaders. It was a way for the civic organizations to raise money for their causes throughout the year. And you had the JCs and the Kiwanis and the Chamber of Commerce all involved. And it just kind of grew from there. And the board is not a paid board, they're volunteers, and they put on a wonderful festival, and it has grown through the years. I was chairman back in 1984, and I was so happy because we had like 90,000 people in town, and now it's grown to be 250,000 or more in town for the weekend. So it's all about people getting together, donating their time, putting on what they feel is the best party they could possibly put on for our visitors, and all that money then goes into our civic organizations to either build ramps for a handicapped person at a home, or to entice people to come to the Council on Aging meal sites. All of these things are put back into the community. So your money's not just being put into someone's pocket that they're going to go off to another state or another town and then spend it there. All this money is spent here in Ponchatoula and in Tangipahoa Parish. So there was a study done by Southeastern Louisiana University, and the economic impact that the Strawberry Festival alone has on Tangipahoa Parish is $43 million. And 37 million of that money comes from out of parish. So we have a lot of people coming in, spending money, and we're very thankful for that. And that money then goes back into the community.
We are here for as many nonprofits as we can fit on these grounds and up 6th Street. Most of them, this is their fundraiser for the year. And that's where we get off on, providing that venue for them to make a weekend's or a year's worth of living on a weekend for their organization or whatever they're doing for that year.
Out here on the festival, the booths are 10 foot wide, some of them are 10 foot deep, some longer, and we sell strictly that space to nonprofit organizations. As far as strawberry goes, any booth out here can do anything they want with strawberries. But for a 10-foot space, if they want to sell something different, like a sandwich or crawfish or whatever, you are allowed one item to make that booth a permanent item, and no other booth can sell that particular item. Strawberries are for everybody, but a particular item is one booth only, and no booth can duplicate. We go anywhere from crawfish etouffee, crawfish fettuccine, broiled crawfish, to roast beef sandwiches, to boudin, to ice, you name it, it's out here. But the biggest thing we do out here is we only lease or rent to nonprofit organizations.
Friday nights is our local entertainment. We try to bring in local entertainment from around Ponchatoula, Hammond area. We got Tyler Kitchen, Lindsay Cordelli, the Waygoners. We try to keep it all local on Friday nights, give all the local bands a chance to play. Then Saturday and Sunday we reach out, bands around the state, Mississippi. Got some bands coming from Mississippi. Some of the big headliners is naturally the Bag of Donuts Saturday night. Allison Collins, Flashback, Passing Outlaws on Saturday. That's all on South Stage. Dominoes, Katie Austin, Waylon Mills. Sunday we have Four Unplugged, Supercharge, a real good band. Chiwis will be closing us out on the North Stage. Wayne Toops coming in. He'll be on the South Stage closing out. Dirty Play, Vintage, another real good band. We've got a wide variety of bands this year. It's going to be pretty good. Atmosphere is pretty good. The stages get packed real quick. So if there's any band that you really want to see, you need to get here early to get a spot. Mostly in the late evenings, it'll be packed all the way to the packing shed with people all the way around. They'll get 10, 12,000 people around the stages, and they'll leave a little opening up in the front. People go up to dance, and it's pretty neat. It's fun.
This is the Ponchatoula Strawberry Festival Jambalaya cook-off, and I've cooked in it probably 4 or 5 years now, but this year is something special because we're cooking for the Deborah Foundation, which is a foundation that's trying to find a cure for EB, which is known more as EB, because one of our local families had one of their child that had EB, and we're trying to help raise some funds to find a cure for that because of them. The Strawberry Festival itself, all the events leading up to it, because there's tons of events. There's a cook-off, there's a banquet, there's a ball, there's a lot of stuff, but the Strawberry Festival itself is one of the best festivals that I've ever been to. Absolutely, 400,000 people out here in the weekend.
I guess about 15 years ago, actually 2 firemen, Mr. Harry McNeely and Mr. Milton Melanson, who are both deceased, the JCs started a Harry McNeely and Milton Melanson Jambalaya cook-off. And that's what this is in honor of, is of them 2 men, and we're doing jambalaya.
And how good is it?
Oh, mine's the best. I've won the competition 5 times.
And the Strawberry Bake-Off is everything strawberry.
We have different categories. We have strawberry cake, strawberry jam and jelly, strawberry pie. We have strawberry muffins, loaves or cookies. We have strawberry miscellaneous, which are non-desserts, and we have other strawberry desserts. So basically everything strawberry.
And with the strawberries in the contest, we have gift cards to Winn-Dixie. We have gift cards for Target. We have baskets for the younger kids that have entered the competition. But again, it is everything strawberry. We usually have about 30 that participate. Last year we had probably close to 50. I don't know what the deal is. It's just a beautiful day. Maybe they're out there sampling the jambalaya. I have no idea. But yes, we usually have about 30 that participate. We have our judges that they're going to have a sugar rush when they get through with this too.
The Ponchatoula Strawberry Festival is also a member of the Louisiana Association of Fairs and Festivals, which is an organization, a statewide organization of about 160 fairs and festivals in Louisiana. Every year we have a convention in February, and it brings these organizations together to where we can network and build, keep building our festivals or help other festivals grow their festivals. It's a great organization for fairs and festivals. Like I said, the networking that they get and the workshops that we provide for these fairs and festivals is invaluable.
I've been involved with the Strawberry Festival for many years, basically since the beginning. My dad was a past king, and my brother was Row of Fame and all, and it's just been a wish of mine for many years, and it came true this year. My earliest memory of the Strawberry Festival was just it was just a little festival over at Kiwanis Park at the time, and they had about maybe 4 or 5 booths and just a couple of rides and maybe a couple of hundred people. And that was, I think, back in 1972 or 73. So that was one of my first memories of the Strawberry Festival. Very small, very quaint, and just hometown people here.
My parents live right across the street from the park, and we cook and boil crawfish, and everybody seems to gather there, and it's just the family gathering that we have is
every year.
My earliest memory of the Strawberry Festival was in 1980 when I became their queen. I was the queen of the 9th festival, and it rained out that weekend, so I didn't get a parade. So the one thing I'm praying for this year is that it doesn't rain on my parade.
My favorite thing is to walk down the street and see all the familiar faces that have come back to Ponchatoula for the festival, the new faces that are coming in because it's the first time they've experienced the Strawberry Festival. It's just a wonderful family feeling that you get when you walk down the street. Even though there's 250,000 people in town over the weekend, you still feel that hometown atmosphere.
Love to visit with the people. In fact, when I'm downtown and walking around, a lot of times I hear people say, well, parade's over, I guess we'll go home. I said, wait, have you gone to the park yet? That's the headquarters. No, I didn't know there was a headquarters because a lot of people think only on Main Street. And of course here at the park, this is the headquarters. And if you can imagine thousands of people up and down the street, here in the park are the maybe 50-something booths set up, our local people, area people, the nonprofit organizations, where nothing in the food range is over $10.
My favorite thing about the Strawberry Festival is how the nonprofit organizations come in and use this as a fundraiser for their organization.
I look forward the most to the strawberries. I love eating the red ripe strawberries. As having been a farmer before who raised strawberries, the berries are a big thing for me.
Watching the people, it's just amazing, the people that you get in here and the goofy things that they do. I mean, it's funny. Watching them eat strawberries. For a little medal, you'd be surprised what they will do for a medal. It's funny. Sack races. Once again, it's all about having fun and family environment.
The best music that you can have for a free festival. We have an enormous budget for bands. We have entertainment on our north stage and our south stage. They're both the same quality. We don't slight either one of them. They're both top-notch bands, and the music and the food, that's what you have to come to Ponchatoula for.
We have our local farmers that will be selling their strawberries all around town and on the outskirts of town, so when you're leaving, if you happen not to get your berries while you're in town, they're going to be on the outskirts of town as well. The most important thing is for everybody to remember to come to Memorial Park. That's the official grounds of the Strawberry Festival. We have grown so much that it's spilled out over into Main Street and all, but the official grounds that are there for the people and for the nonprofit organizations are on Memorial Park grounds.
If you've never been to the Ponchatoula Strawberry Festival, you need to come out and just walk through our city. Make sure you come to the festival grounds and purchase your food or your drinks on the official festival grounds, because that is helping the nonprofit organizations. What you will find at the Strawberry Festival is a very family-friendly environment. We have several families that participate in our sack races, our egg toss, our strawberry eating contest. It's just a good time for the family and a relaxing day just to meander through the streets of Ponchatoula and visit our little town as well.
Our police department is second to none. Our fire department also, and it's a family atmosphere, and it's always just a fun time and a safe time.
Family fun. Clean. We're trying to keep it wholesome and clean so people feel free to bring their families.
Come on out and enjoy yourself. We have bands Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We have every booth in here that sells food cannot go over $10. Most of them don't go over $6 or $7. And if you go anyplace else, it's going to cost you a lot more. Out here, we try to get the people in. We give you good entertainment. You got the best food out here, and the best thing about it is you're sponsoring nonprofit organizations, which goes in this parish, Hammond, and Tangipahoa for the rest of the year. This is how they make their money.
Come out and join us. It's going to be a fun time. Hopefully the weather's going to be great. Remember, we're all nonprofit out here. All the booths on the grounds are nonprofit. We ask you to support them because this is how they make their living for the whole year, supporting their groups. Come out and support us. This
is God's country where we welcome everybody with open arms, and we'd like to see you. Please come and come back year after year. I know we're a lot of times in competition with the French Quarter Festival, but we really have a wholesome festival here in Ponchatoula, and as they say, a good time will be had by all.